What is up, everybody? How's it going? Happy Friday. Let me know in the comments as I see those of you joining us how we sound and everything coming through okay. With that being said, folks, I am your host with the Locks That Rocks, Adam Richmond, and this is Surviving Rocklahoma, a special edition of Surviving Rocklahoma. In fact, this tonight is one of the first nights we've ever been live on a Friday night, and I'm so stoked to be here. So what is going on is this is actually going to be our Born and Raised Festival edition. What is up, Deb? I'm glad to see you in the comments right there. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about the Born and Raised Country Music Festival that's coming up. What is the date here? September 13th through the 15th in Pryor, Oklahoma at what is known as the Rockin' Red Dirt Ranch. Now, this is normally a place that is known for rock and roll music. As Labor Day weekend, we will be doing our Rocklahoma, and that I'm somebody who's been covering Rocklahoma since 2015, and we have had this podcast that has just grown and become a representation of the community and the Rocklahoma campgrounds. So what we are going to be doing tonight is expanding that, and we are going to be covering the country little sister of Rocklahoma, Born and Raised Country Music Festival. And I invite everybody to join us in the comments and let us know what you are most excited about Born and Raised Country Music Festival. Now, if you are joining me right now, do me a favor and share the live stream, because tonight I am going to be giving away 2 general admission passes once we get some live streams. So let's see if we can get us up around 20 or 30 live viewers, and once we start hitting those numbers, we will start telling you how to qualify for 2 general admission Born and Raised tickets. But I will tell you now, the first step to qualifying for that giveaway is to share this live stream and make sure that you tag somebody who wants to go to this music festival. Now, before we kick the show off, what we traditionally do around here is we pay homage to the sponsors, the folks who help sponsor the show and support us so that we continue to give you entertaining production, if I may say so myself. First up, we've got DEB Concerts. Now, DEB Concerts is the folks who, are the folks who power the DEB concert stage inside of the Roadhouse at Rocklahoma. They also book concerts and stuff all the time in the Tulsa area for everybody from Snoop Dogg to Lamb of God. I mean, there is just an eclectic mix, always coming from DEB concerts, and I can't wait to see what they're going to be doing this year at Rocklahoma. Now, also want to give a huge shout out to At Your Service Rentals. Now, folks, if you are going to Born and Raised, I'm telling you, you don't have to rough it when it comes to how you use the restroom, how you evacuate those bowels, folks. Let me tell you, it is so awesome to squat in confidence in your own portable restroom, and you can get your own portable restroom from At Your Service Rentals at not only Rocklahoma, but Born and Raised Music Festival as well. And you can even get a swimming pool. So help beat the heat, man. And you get to keep the pool too. So be sure you head on over to aysrentals.com. You can book your personal facilities for your campsite by going to that website. Once again, that is aysrentals.com. There's a form you can differentiate between Rocklahoma or Born and Raised. And once again, you don't want to be like that guy out there in the middle of the night trying to find a place to go use the bathroom. Hey, buddy, what are you doing over there?
Dinner was full.
Yeah, you didn't call At Your Service Rentals. Also want to give a huge shout out to Rockavet. Now, Rockavet is a nonprofit group, national nonprofit group that has expanded, but it was born in the campgrounds of Rocklahoma. Some amazing individuals who just want to give back, who want to support those men and women who put it all on the line and to fight for our rights and our freedoms. And so that's when they got together and they established Rockavet. Now, over the years, we've been working with them, and we've given away over 80 passes to not only Rocklahoma, but Born and Raised Country Music Festival as well, and a whole host of other shows as well. So if you've got a veteran, if you are a veteran or have a friend or family member or co-worker, any veterans you know, make sure you send them over to Rockavet so that they can get a chance to not only win tickets, but they can also meet a community of fellow veterans and active service men and women. So once again, that's Rockavet. Check them out on Facebook. Also, I want to give a shout out to the Rocklahoma bitches. Now, it's a little different because they are going to be at Born and Raised, and they're going to change it up. So, the redneck bitches. So, what is up, ladies? We can't wait to see you at Born and Raised. They are proud sponsors and proud promoters of the local music scene. We absolutely love Christy and Kendra and everything you folks do. Also want to give a shout out to Photography by Angel Lee, our proud sponsor and partner. She's been working with us for several years covering Rocklahoma Music Festival. She has been taking stunning photographs of not only that festival, but other festivals as well. We have traveled the country twice in as many years from here to Florida, covering music festivals, and I couldn't have done that without my trusted photographer. And she's also been covering local festivals as well, including Rock the River here in Tahlequah and Rock the Equinox in Stigler, Oklahoma at Lake John Wells, a festival that will be coming up at the end of September. Now, also, we would like to give a shout out to the Big O Bus, bringing a busload of debauchery to a music festival near you. Now, I don't think they're going to be at Born and Raised, but if you folks are going to be at Rocklahoma, you have got to check this bus out. You cannot miss it. You just walk between the VIP and the GA campgrounds, and you're just going to see this magnificent bus with just things you don't see every day. It's amazing, and that place just comes alive after the headliners. So this year they've got a ton of events, including a lip sync battle that will be hosted by yours truly that Saturday night, this Labor Day at Rocklahoma. That once again, that's the big old bus. We also want to give a huge shout out to Metalcore Clothing, an amazing locally owned printing business. They printed on this fine shirt that I am wearing, and I tell you, it is one of my favorite shirts, not only because, well, it's my shirt and represents that I am a proud member of my local music scene, but it is just so comfortable. Love the threads coming at me from Metalcore Clothing. If you have a band or you just have something that you need some t-shirts made, you gotta check them out. Metalcore Clothing. Now, also, folks, now a tradition we have around here on the live stream is to crack open a beer as we crack open the show. Now, there is a beautiful place. Well, I think it's beautiful because I fancy myself a nice cold adult beverage as often as possible. Pryor Liquors, Wines, and Spirits, a place in Pryor, Oklahoma that you can get just about any fine adult beverage that you would like, alcoholic beverage. You can do so by reaching out to Pryor Liquors, Wines, and Spirits. You can even pre-order your beer run so that they have what you want and how much you want for the festival. But you got to make sure you get a hold of Monty and crew over at Pryor Liquors, Wines, and Spirits. Now, they also like to send me some samples every now and then. But you know what? It's a Friday night. I need my tried, true, and trusted beverage of choice. Some good old Coors Yellow Bellies. Now, I can't show the label because they're not a sponsor, but you know it when you see a Yellow Belly, and I'm not talking mine when I'm out on the river. So, folks, it is time. Let's go ahead and have a toast and a cheers on behalf of Pryor Liquors, Wines, and Spirits. Cheers, everybody. All right. Now it feels like a Friday. I've got my beer in hand. We're about to listen to some music, and I am live streaming, talking to you folks. I see in the comments, what is up, Deb, representing Okie Trash Panda. Who's that? What is up, Daryl? Let's cowboy and cowgirl up. You betcha. I've got a submission from what we usually call the Rock Box. I've got some folks that are actually going to be playing at the Big Old Bus at Rocklahoma, and we're going to be playing their music here in just a little bit. We also have a track from another great band that submitted a while back whenever I first started talking about doing a country live stream. We're going to be featuring a track from Kanton and the Penny Pickers, as well as we're going to round out the show and try to feature a gentleman who we've been in contact with. They're going to be playing at Born and Raised this year. We're going to try to round out the show with some Wade Bowen. Hopefully Facebook's algorithms don't block us on that one, because they like to shut us down when we feature folks that are well known and signed. That's why we love to feature local and unsigned artists here on the Surviving Rocklahoma podcast. So if you enjoy this live stream and you would like to see more country editions coming up, make sure that you support the live stream. You share the live stream in all of the Born and Raised groups, as well as anywhere that you engage in social media. And are planning out your festival experience. We also want to feature all of the local artists. So if you've got a favorite band here in the area, make sure that you let them know that we're always looking to feature folks on the podcast. But unfortunately, the way it works and the way I get around that pesky trademark and copyright infringement issue is I make sure I directly engage with the artist and get their approvals. So do me a favor, have them reach out and email survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com if they'd like their music featured here on the show. I see Jacob Keys in the comments saying, listen to Cush, 1600 AM in Cushing. I may have to do that, buddy. Andrew Walters says Cody Johnson is amazing live. Hank Jr., unfortunately. Well, I tell you what, though. I have never seen Hank Jr., and I am so excited to be seeing Hank Williams Jr. this year at Born and Raised Music Festival. And this one is a bit of a throwback for me because the first year that they launched and that they were going to do Born and Raised was, unfortunately, it was all organized, it was all planned, and then COVID broke out. So, unfortunately, we had to cancel that first year, and Hank Williams Jr., as well as Willie Nelson, was supposed to be here, and I had media for that. I was going to be trying for those interviews. But unfortunately, COVID broke out, and so that one was a wash. That was the year that COVID stole from us. But I am so glad to have a second opportunity to see Hank Williams Jr. for the first time. Now, Cody Johnson also played last year or the year before. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. So I'm so excited about that one, as well as Coey Wetzel is a new one on the scene that I haven't had the opportunity to really experience that well, but the man Dwight Yoakam is legendary, and one of my favorite times to be a country fan was in the 90s. You know, George Strait is out, Toby Keith's coming out. I'm trying to think of all the Travis Tritt and all of those folks, Garth Brooks, that was my time in country music, and Dwight Yoakam was very much there, and I am so excited to see him. I hope that I'm able to bump into him in the media tent. We've also got Midland, the Red Strays, Shane Smith and the Saints, Paul Cothan, Treaty Oak Revival, the Cadillac 3, William Clark Green, Wade Bowen, Cody Canada, and the Departed. Now, there's also a couple of folks that we have had the opportunity to sit down and visit with in years past. I am so glad to see a band of heathens come back. I've actually got a guitar signed behind me from the band of heathens, and that's one of my prized possessions in my collection. There's so many other great bands, and I will tell you, in several years that I covered Born and Raised, there was an artist that always seemed to go above and beyond. She was always had something going with the other artists. There was a lot of jam sessions. There was a lot of cool things happening on stage as well as off stage. So I'm always so excited to see Jamie Lynn Wilson getting her own. She's going to be hosting a night over in the Red River Saloon at Born and Raised, and I'm going to do my best to see if we can link up with Jamie and get an account of her experiences at the music festival. Also, going back to the comments, would have been awesome. Yes, it would have. Sling Billy Baby. Scott Bear loves ragweed. That's awesome, bud. You know what? Me too. But I'm thinking more of the strain of herbal supplements than anything else. But with that being said, folks, I tell you what, I've been flapping my gums, and let's play let's play a track, shall we? Now this one's coming at us. This is a submitted from the Rock Box. We're going to start things off a little light and mellow tonight, and then we're going to pick it up as the night progresses. So I tell you what, folks, get you something to drink, and let's kick back and listen to some tunes. You can catch this band. Actually, this individual is going to be playing at the Big Old Bus at Rocklahoma Thursday night for their barbecue. So this is a pretty awesome track, but this is Legacy Lowenberg with Lonely.
I said it don't work that way. I've cried too many nights to sleep. You were awful mean to me, and now you're on your knees. Now I'm supposed to come and pick you up. I don't know, it must be last call. You rang me by the phone, and now you can barely walk. But don't call me, 'cause I ain't lonely. I said I'm hanging up right now. Get one of your friends to take you home. Sleep on the street alone, and take me out of your phone. Who do you think I am? How dare you call me like this? Like all of a sudden we're best friends. Damn you, I'm a single parent. Don't call me, 'cause I ain't lonely. It's nothing new to hear you crying through the phone. The same old song and dance where you go on and on and on and on. Don't call me, 'cause I ain't lonely. Don't call me, 'cause I ain't lonely.
And that was Legacy Lowenberg. Her beautiful voice can be heard at Party at the Campground at the Big Old Bus this year, Labor Day weekend at Rocklahoma. Now, that's a little country, folks, for Rocklahoma, but it's perfect. Perfect tune for tonight as we kick off our Friday night. Tell me what you all got going on this weekend. What are you going to be doing this evening, or maybe tomorrow? You're going to be floating the river. You're going to be out enjoying this beautiful weather. Man, I got to tell you, it has cooled off the last couple of days and has been beautiful outside. I've actually been getting out there and starting to do some of my own yard work. Finally, right? But I say, tonight's country night, folks, and we're going to be talking about Born and Raised Country Music Festival, as well as anything in the local country scene that you would like to talk about. So do me a favor, hop in the comments, let us know where you're tuning in from and what's on your mind this Friday night. Now, we've been talking about the festival quite a bit, but let's actually get into the nitty gritty. What do you say? So first up, let me go ahead and get my web browser fixed so that I can show you all an example of one of the best places to get your information. And that obviously is the website itself. You know, a lot of folks will get their info off of Facebook and social media groups and things of that nature. And, you know, that's all fine in some ways, but unfortunately, it can also lead you to not quite understand what the rules are of the festival you're attending. And the reason I bring that up is folks don't always give you the best advice. I wish I didn't have to say that, but they don't. And I don't want you folks to get in trouble. So I'm readjusting the window to make things easier for you all to read. Now, the best way to get your information is to go directly to the website. Go to bornandraisedfestival.com. You're going to have several options as far as different pages and such. Let me get this squared away. There you go. That's what I was after. Now, you can click on the home button, and this will show you your lineup. Now, your 2024 lineup has arrived. Now, Friday night's going to be Hank Williams Jr. is going to be your headliner, preceded by Shane Smith and the Saints. The Cadillac 3 before him, and Saturday, Coey Wetzel is going to be bringing a close to the night. He's going to be your headliner, supported by Midland, Paul Halthen, Treaty Oak Revival, Colby Cooper, J.R. Carroll, Pony Bradshaw, and more. Sunday, the headliner and final act for the festival will be Cody Johnson, preceded by Dwight Yoakam, the Red Clay Strays, Wade Bowen, Stephanie Wilson Jr., Old 60, and more. Now, we've also got a Thursday night pre-party, the Thursday night honky tonk kickoff with Jack Ingram, the Band of Heathens, Josh Weathers. Friday night, they've got the late night with the Cadillac 3 and Ken Foe, as well as the Red River Theater VIP, hosted by Jamie Lynn Wilson. Now, you can still get your passes now. And I was talking about where you can get your information, and the best way to do that is click on the info tab. And this will literally tell you everything you could possibly need to know. There's directions on how to get there from the highway. There's general info, as well as some concert maps to let you know where everything is located and what the layout's going to be, so you can get an idea. Now, I've got some suggestions for you folks, some questions that have been submitted to the email, or suggestions from you on some things to cover. And get that off of there. So first up, some folks want to know, say, hey, this is my first year attending the music festival. So what do I need to do to prepare? Well, first of all, I'm sure it's going to be freaking hot. So make sure that you dress for the heat. So and you bring sun protection. So sunscreen is going to be crucial for surviving that entire weekend. So also be sure to bring those hats, ladies and gentlemen. Also, folks, check out that website. It'll tell you what you can and can't have. But I will tell you, make sure you're bringing a positive attitude, and you will just have the absolute time of your life. You're going to meet so many people. Now, as far as the campgrounds go, now that's something I really want to hit on for everybody, because we've been doing, the festival's been here for, I think, 3 or 4 years now. But some folks still get into those campgrounds, and they're not really, how do I prepare? What are the campgrounds? Or is there shade? Is there facilities? What is out there? Well, the truth of the matter is, you get a 20-foot by 40-foot parking spot shaped camping spot. Okay, so you get a 20 by 40 stretch of land. It's marked with flags and signs. Everybody gets the same thing, and there is no hookups. There's no water, there's no electric, so you will need to bring both your own water as well as generators are welcome, but there are some restrictions. Make sure that you follow those guidelines on the website, but it is, most people just bring some generators and make sure that you are courteous with those things, man. Meet your neighbors, figure out what your neighbors' setup's going to be like, what they're into, and all of that other stuff. The reason I suggest this is so that folks aren't putting generators next to somebody's camp or excuse me, somebody's tent, or, you're not, just be considerate of those folks that are camping around you, because the better neighbor you are, the better neighbors they will be, and the better time everybody's going to have. Now, one tradition we have around here in northeastern Oklahoma at the Rockin' Red Dirt Ranch is everybody loves to treat their campsite like pretty much one giant tailgate party. I'm sure most of you have been to a tailgate party where everybody just parks in a parking spot and then just makes the best of the spot and has one big party, and everybody's got their designated little area, and it's one big party experience in that section. And that's the way a lot of these campsites are. Some folks go all out. Some folks just decorate their little spot, and that's totally cool. Or some folks just go out and park their shit and call it good and go find a party, and that's perfectly good as well. Now, I say all of this because one campsite goes above all others, and from what I've experienced, and a lot of other camps are following their lead, but there's one in particular I want to give a huge shout out and some appreciation and attention to, and that is a camp by the name of Fuck Around and Find Out. And I know Crystal and crew of that camp, and they've gone bigger every year. They run such a clean operation, and it is so safe and everything, and it's just a great time for everybody to have an experience, get a little wild and rowdy, but not so much so that they're causing trouble. And that's just the way we do around there, yo folks. We just love to have a good time. So let's go back to the comments. Northwest Arkansas checking in. We are going to the sold out Lainey Wilson concert here tomorrow night. I'm as big of a country fan as I am a rock fan. I grew up listening to both equally from all decades. That's awesome. I need to expose myself more to what is coming out of the country scene, and that's why I'm so glad to be adding this country live stream, so I get to interact with some country artists. And I am so excited to get back in the media tent. As some of you know, unfortunately I wasn't able to cover Born and Raised Music Festival last year due to medical issues. That is when I lost my hearing, unfortunately. But it was literally that week or the week before that I realized that it wasn't going to be coming back. So unfortunately, we had to step back, as I wasn't prepared for something like that. I knew it was coming, but it's just one of those things. But I bring all of that up because last year was the year that I had to miss, and it was one that didn't set well. So I'm going to be coming back this year and going twice as hard. We're going to be getting twice as much coverage and experience all that is Born and Raised Music Festival. I thank you so much to Sheena Phillips for those stars. If those some of you might be wondering what stars are. Now, stars on this live stream is basically like tips, currency. And what those stars do is they help support the show. Now, If we start getting a lot of star cinders, I will engage what we knowingly love and refer to as the Stars Wars. Now, once we get several cinders and we start breaking some numbers, I will be giving away an additional set of Born and Raised weekend GA passes. But that is something that we unlock by sending stars as well as getting our numbers up. And once we get our numbers up, to a number that I feel like we should be getting, we will do a giveaway for 2 weekend GA passes. What is up, Christy? I see you in the comments. Like always, my phone's going to die, but have a great show. Thank you, Christy, for checking in. Remember, folks, share the live stream and share it anywhere that you get your music or where you like to discuss music as far as the Facebook groups and such. Excuse me. Getting some alerts popping up there. With that being said, folks, I tell you what, I've been flapping my gums for quite a while now, and I think it is time for us to go ahead and play another track. What do you think? Now, this time, we're going to speed things up. I think it's time for us to go ahead and get this night kicking off, and let's pick up the tempo a little bit. In the comments, if I'm back there again this year, Rocklahoma Media, I'll bring a country cheat sheet for this year. May help. I'll throw one together. I appreciate that, Andrew. It's always good to see you, buddy. Alrighty, folks. So this one is another submission. This one came at me when I first announced that we are going to be doing a country live stream here last month. And it was such a good track, and I just love the name of this band, so I couldn't not feature it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get your beers, get your drinks. This one is Kanton and the Penny Pickers with If I.
Chest has got me singing a sad song. We started out so tender-hearted, a love burning like a flame, but the mountain stress built up, and long distance ain't good for young love. Myself the same. My heart's broken in 100 different ways. I spend my days in a haze reminiscing. In a haze reminiscing. How we doing, Tulsa? In a haze reminiscing you. But if I find myself back in this place, I will find my arms one day. Has changed. I guess I'll go pack my bags and head on down the road.
Once again, that was Kanton Teen and the Penny Pickers with If I. Thank you so much, Kanton Teen and the Penny Pickers, for submitting your music, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Give them a holler. Give them a round of applause. Let's see the love in the comments. I love that track, folks. Now, I will say that, the live stream, we're going to be wrapping things up here in about 15 or 20 minutes. So I think that is about time for us to talk about the reason some of you are here, and that is the giveaway. Now, it's easy to qualify for tonight's giveaway, folks. All you got to do is share the live stream in the comments, tag a friend that you would like to bring, or a friend that needs a couple of GA passes. I've got 2, and you know what, folks? Be sure to follow the Facebook page, because I've got 8 more sets to give away. So I've got a month to give away 8 more sets of Born and Raised general admission tickets to the festival, and I'm going to be giving those away through the show. So the first set is going to be going out tonight to 1 live viewer. We are almost at the mark, folks. So make sure that you share this live stream, you tag a friend in the comments, I can see folks, I can see who is watching and who is sharing. And let me introduce y'all a little bit to the show that this podcast built. I want to, let's see, here it is. Room cam. Oh, there it is. So this is what doing this live stream has afforded me. And this is the house that Rock built. This is the studio that I've been able to build from doing the podcast, covering Rocklahoma and the local rock music scene. And it is a goal, it is an ambition for myself to do this same thing for the local country music scene as well. We've got the tools, we've got the ability, and we've got all the time in the world. So folks, just do me a favor, let me know what you're looking for in a country show. What nights are best for a live stream for you folks, for us to sit down and listen to some good quality country music and crack open a beer. Shoot me an email, survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com. Also, if you are a local country artist, make sure you shoot us an email as well. I'm about to do a giveaway here in a couple of minutes for 2 GA passes to Born and Raised Country Music Festival. All you got to do is share this live stream if you haven't already. Tag somebody who could use a set of tickets, or somebody you would like to take with you, and we will qualify you for that giveaway. Thank you so much for that, Coda. Jeremy, I appreciate that. Yeah, that's right. Justin, let's go. I see the names popping up in the stream, so that's freaking awesome. All right, while we are qualifying for that, let's give a quick recap. We are discussing Born and Raised Country Music Festival. Now, what some of you folks might be wondering is about your first time to the festival. Now, I did have an email just now. Somebody was wanting to know. Let me read this email if I make sure I get this correctly. Okay, so this is one of our sisters that are watching the show, and she is going to be attending the festival solo. She's going to be riding solo to Born and Raised, and she's just looking for some tips and tricks, maybe some advice on how to stay safe while attending the festival and getting to party and see how crazy everything gets. My suggestion is always to take a trusted friend, somebody you've partied with before, somebody that you know that can hang, that's not going to flake out with you or can't handle their alcohol, and so you're not babysitting somebody else, and they can watch out for you. Now, ladies, it does. I mean, this is a way of life anyway, but especially at any kind of festival or gathering that's going to be going through the wee hours of the night and into the wee hours of the morning, it's always the buddy system. Take you a trusted friend, and everywhere you go, make sure you check in with someone. If you're going to be camping alone, that's totally fine. Make sure that you keep all of your stuff locked up. If you're in a tent, make sure that you lock all your goods in the truck. If you're in an RV, make sure you lock your doors and you keep everything stowed away that somebody can't just walk by and take. But I will attest, and I say this as somebody that's been to every Rocklahoma since 2013 and who has been to every Born and Raised festival, that it is an amazing community out there in the campgrounds. I have always felt safe. All of my friends have always felt safe, especially at Born and Raised. First thing you want to do when you get there is to meet your neighbors, and you can look out for each other. They help look out for your stuff. You help look out for theirs, and we police ourselves. We look out for each other. It's really an amazing place. It's magical out there, and it will change your life the first time you attend it. I guarantee it. I see in the comments, always use buddy system. Recommend using a marker to write your camping spot on. You know what? That is great advice. I never thought of that. And you know what? That's good. Folks, if you're going to be drinking, first of all, drink responsibly, and make sure you're drinking legally. But if you are going to be partaking and you're known to imbibe on a few, take you a Sharpie, write your campsite number on your arm. So if you go a little too hard somewhere and they're trying to figure out where you belong, well, you're tagged right there on your arm. That's good advice. I like that. It's awesome. Never had a problem. It definitely will change your life. True story. But yes, and always bring what you're going to need for the restroom. There are shower houses in there. They are kind of dark though, so that's, once again, this is what the buddy system is for, so that you can wait on each other and walk each other to and from your campsite and everywhere you go. Remember, you can also get your own portable restrooms, so it's a non-issue. You can get those portable restrooms from At Your Service Rentals. They are taking reservations right now. You can have your own porta potty for your campsite. You can even reserve a swimming pool too, so that you can lounge at your campsite and beat the heat. And if you're hot, throw your feet in there and it will take hours off your day. Promise. Sparrow says baby wipes are your friend. Ladies, gentlemen, for sure, baby powder. That's all I'm going to say. If you know, you know. All right, now I've delayed this long enough. I have prolonged it, and I made you wait. But, the live stream's coming to an end, folks. I am so happy to have a country live stream and to have an audience show up for it. This is the first this year, and I hope to have many more. Tell your friends. Be sure that you comment and tag your friend, a friend that could use a general admission weekend pass, because I'm about to call out a name for 2 general admission weekend passes to Born and Raised Festival. What you had to do was share this live stream, comment, and tag someone. So what we are going to be doing is, I go through this website called woobox.com, and it scans the comments, and everyone who completed the instructions correctly is assigned a number, and then a number is generated. So we keep it all fair. No one has any advantage, and this is a one-man show, so even It doesn't matter how long I've known you, everyone qualifies. Now, looks like we have a winner. Okay, low key, folks. I've seen this person pop up all throughout the stream, and I was hoping I could get to reward her support. She's popped up, she sent stars, but more importantly, she followed the instructions, which was to share the live stream and tag a friend. The stars are appreciated, but they did not influence this decision. But thank you so much, Tashina Phillips. Tashina Phillips, you are going to be going to Born and Raised Country Music Festival, and you'll be able to bring a friend. These tickets are brought to you by Born and Raised themselves. They also have given me the ability to give away 8 more sets of passes. Congratulations, Tashina Phillips. Shoot me an email to survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com and include your contact information. Once again, that's survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com. Include your contact information. We'll get back at you, and I'll let you know the details on those. Now, once again, folks, I'm going to have more chances to win not only Born and Raised Music Festival passes, but Rocklahoma Festival passes as well. I think I still got 2 more sets of Rocklahoma passes to give away. Now, this month we are running. It was such a success last month. Everybody had so much fun doing it. So we're going to be doing it again this month. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to qualify for a choice between Born and Raised or Rocklahoma weekend passes, all you've got to do is support the podcast you will get an entry if you subscribe to the Facebook page, $4.99, or cancel anytime. You can also buy a piece of merch such as these spiffy shirts produced by proud partner Metalcore Clothing. I've got one that says proud member of my local music community. We've also got the tribal skull that you see, the new logo right there. And we've got an amazing store on Teespring. So support the podcast or win the Stars Wars. And once we start getting more than a certain many amount of stars donated to a live stream, we initiate the Stars Wars. And we were just short this live stream, but let me know how you felt about this stream, and we will do another episode and give you a chance to qualify by donating stars and competing for that title. So let's see what we've got going on. Now, normally, we also talk about upcoming stuff, which unfortunately, this is our first episode. So my first foray into country music, and I hope to be doing a whole lot more in the future. Make sure that you are telling your friends and getting your other country artists, your favorite country artists and local grown country and red dirt artists to email the show their music, and once I've got something to play, I'm happy to play it. Now, we usually wrap up every show, folks, by first of all saying thank you. Thank you for sitting and enjoying this live stream and sitting and having a beer with me as we featured some amazing music, as well as remember, folks, if you would like your music featured right here on the podcast, it's easy. All you got to do is email survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com. If you're going to be playing in the area, let us know where you're going to be playing. We'd like to tell folks where to catch your performance. Include that in the email, as well as a short bio or an EPK is always best. Also, folks, it doesn't matter where you are consuming this podcast, whether it be on YouTube, Facebook, or on the podcast networks. Remember, folks, we're on iHeartRadio, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts. Make sure you hit that like and follow and subscribe button, as those do matter. And once we get some certain numbers, we can unlock some really cool things and do some really fun things on the live stream. So I waited till the very end to feature my man Mr. Bowen because of the Facebook algorithm and the social medias. You know, he has had some amazing success. He's won several awards, and he's just, let's admit it, folks, he's on fire right now. And you can see him coming up September 13th through the 15th at Born and Raised Music Festival. Here's the flyer once again. He's going to be playing here in Pryor. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Wade Bowen.
Out of here, it ain't nothing but Texas for me. It ain't nothing but Texas. It ain't nothing but Texas for me. If you know me, you know why. When I wanna feel alright, it ain't nothing but Texas for me. Yeah, you know me, you know why. Ain't no secret, ain't no nothing but Texas for me. Nothing but Texas for me. You know it's nothing but Texas for me. Nothing but Texas. Nothing but Texas, baby. Nothing but Texas. Nothing but Texas, baby. Nothing but Texas, nothing but Texas, baby.
Once again, that was Wade Bowen with Nothing But Texas. Well, I'm almost all the way there with you, Wade, but, you know, it's a Sooner country, and, you know, horns go down around here. But you know what, folks? Give it up for Wade Bowen. We will be seeing him in a couple of weeks. Well, actually about 3 or 4, or actually 4 or 5 to be exact. September 13th through the 15th, Born and Raised Country Music Festival, featuring Cody Johnson, Hank Williams Jr., Coey Wetzel, and many more, including the man you just saw, Wade Bowen, bringing that new track. Thank you so much to Wade's team for sending that over in the email. We are so glad to be able to feature that right here on the live stream. Thank you, Deb, and all of the folks that have joined us in the comments, and especially those of you who sent stars and rattled in the tip jars. We appreciate you guys. You all are the real MVP. But until next time, folks, you can catch me live Monday nights at 9 p.m., where we will be rocking your Monday night with local and unsigned musicians, as well as interviews and more, and behind-the-scenes exclusive content coming at you this year's Rocklahoma Labor Day weekend. There's your lineup. We've been covering it since 2015. We are so happy to be working media again this year, and we'll be bringing you exclusive interviews. Also, a couple of weeks later, we will be at Born and Raised Country Music Festival. We've been covering that one since its inception, and you can still catch some of the classic interviews on our YouTube channel. Just look us up, Surviving Rocklahoma. We've got playlists organized where you can see past interviews, including interviews from 2022 and 21 and 22, including interviews from Randy Rogers, Band of Heathens, Tanner Usry, and many more, including Tim Montana, who we will be seeing this year at Rocklahoma, who played at Born and Raised 2 years ago. So another shout out to somebody I had the fortune of bumping into a couple of years at Rocklahoma, who has won some country awards recently. I want to give a huge shout out to Jelly Roll, who was a stand-up person when I got to meet him, and it is so awesome to give him props on a country show that I'm doing, as well as being there to cover him for the rock show when he came through. So he's been through here 2 years, so you never know who you are going to be seeing at a music festival, and then where they're going to be a couple years down the line. And we've got some amazing, talented artists coming up this year at Born and Raised Country Music Festival. But that does it for me, folks. I want to give a huge shout out once again to our sponsors, DEB Concerts, At Your Service Rentals, as well as Rockavet, the Redneck Bitches, the Big Old Bus, Metalcore Clothing, and let's not forget the favorite seller of the suds that keep me sauced. Let's give another cheers to a show well done, and let's kick off your Monday night. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, on behalf of Prior Liquors, Wines, and Spirits, cheers. Now, with that being said, folks, I'm going to go start my Friday night. I suggest you all do as well. Take care of each other this weekend. Stay on the positive side of life. And as always, rock on.